Hey there! Thanks for tuning in to another exciting episode of The Spiritual Scientist. I'm Victor. Thanks for checking me out. I haven't done a video in a while and I haven't been feeling it. Just trying to give glory to God and not take away anything for myself. And just wanted to share the video I thought was important. So this goes along with my other videos, and if you're a fan, not a fan, this goes along with my other videos, maybe you'll enjoy it. So the what's going on with Ukraine and Russia, what they reported was that there were drone strikes from Ukraine into Russia, and there were alarms, and those alarms were for air raid sirens, and then the air raid sirens were basically a lot of them going around, and then they said there was no air raid sirens, that there wasn't any really attacks with drones, just a couple. So there's a lot of propaganda on both sides. Why do I bring this up? So with that said, I believe this might have led to a World War III scenario where everybody was destroyed again. So when you see, like the last few times when we had things that happened and there were warnings, and then things happened and they said, hey, there's an attack, and then now there's no attack. It's kind of like that's what happened. So now we're not anywhere near, well, we're still near, but we're not, the closest galaxy to us isn't the Andromeda Galaxy anymore. The closest galaxy to us is Canis Major Galaxy. So the closest galaxy to the Milky Way is the Canis Major, and hold on your hats, we might not be in the Milky Galaxy actually anymore. So there's a galaxy called, check this out, the Sagittarius. It's a Sagittarius major, it's not the major, so Sagittarius minor spheroidal galaxy. So it's the minor, not the major. So there's that, but they said that we actually had a collision with it, and we've been colliding, so that intersects our galaxy, and we're actually not in the Milky Way, but we're actually in that galaxy now. So at the same time, they're saying that we're actually interfaced and intersecting with one other galaxy and not really in the Milky Way galaxy anymore. They're saying the closest galaxy that we're not actually in is the Canis Major Galaxy. So I think you're going to see, as these things progress, that we're not in the we were not in the Sagittarius arm at all, and then now we're in this whole different part of the galaxy. So it could be that, like a computer rewriting on a hard drive, we're getting rewritten onto a different part. And a lot of people have been talking about, I see these videos about rapture. Hey, rapture's coming, you're not gonna know, and what's going on. I mean, you could consider it like a rapture, because for the earth to be destroyed and then for us to exist still, what's going on, we would be in a different part of the galaxy, where we're kind of rewritten, like we're rewritten on a hard drive. Rewritten in the galaxy would be the hard drive, and we're just the software being rewritten over it. So it just seems to be that way. So just to recap, we're not actually, as per some information I'm seeing, that we're actually not in the Milky Way galaxy, and then they're saying we are in the Milky Way galaxy. So we're in this Sagittarius minor spheroid galaxy, and now the Andromeda Galaxy is not the closest galaxy really anymore. It's the Canis Major Galaxy, which is 10,000 light years across. I've never heard of the Canis Major Galaxy before, and how'd that creep up on us? So it just seems to be that, it has to do with time, as I understand it, time, space. We're moving quickly through time, space, and that's what happens. You move quickly through time, space, do a time skip, and all of a sudden, boom, we're closer. So I checked it. Last I checked, we were at, one website said we're 25,674 light years from the galactic center, which is the black hole, which is Sag. They do an asterisk, Sag A asterisk. So that hasn't changed. But as what they're saying now, hopefully it won't change. I don't want to be any closer. But what they're saying is actually that we are moved. We didn't move. That's the way it's always been. We've always been intersecting with another galaxy. See how that works out. And that we've always been closest to this other galaxy. Now, as I remember, and everybody who maybe you're from as they say, a timeline. I don't like saying these things, but a different timeline where you always remember that the Canis Major Galaxy was the closest one. That would be interesting. I remember movies like my friend said to me today, the Andromeda Galaxy, the Andromeda strain. Everybody talked about the Andromeda. Andromeda was the closest galaxy, but not anymore. Now we're closer to another galaxy. So, also, not to talk too much. I know everybody's always busy and don't have time to hear me, but Jupiter and Venus were in the sky at the same time the other day, and a lot of websites and people were talking about, isn't this great for a conjunction? And they don't remember that you couldn't see Jupiter with the naked eye before. And I made a video that before I said soon you're going to be able to see the Jupiter with the naked eye. It seems to be coming up that, and everybody attacked me online. And they said, you can't, that's crazy. What are you talking about? I still have this on my videos. If you look in the comments, they're like, you're crazy. You can't see Jupiter from the sky, in the sky with your naked eye. That's crazy. Now we just had Jupiter and Venus in the sky, and they're saying, well, they might combine from our point of view. So it looks like a star that would be like the Star of Bethlehem when Jesus was born. And I said, that's crazy from my point of view, because you could never see Jupiter in the sky before, and now you could see Jupiter at night. You could see Jupiter. If, like I said before, if everybody, the world, if all of reality shrank by a third, would you notice? You couldn't notice, because you wouldn't notice, because everything would be at the same length. It's a quiz. So I sprung it on you the wrong way. But anyway, if everything expanded by the same rate, exactly the same, in all your measuring tools, if you went to, and I'll put it this way, if you went to measure a barn, and you go to measure the barn, and the barn is 20 feet wide, let's say, and you go to measure it, and your measuring tool, when you go to use it, lengthens, and then you lengthen, and the barn lengthens, and at the same ratio, then you go to measure it, and you're like, oh, it's 20 feet, not knowing that actually it's 100 feet now, in relation to your old notion of what it is. But from your point of view, that's what it is. from if there was a way to have an outsider point of view to measure these kind of things, they would say, well, you're measuring at 20 feet, but in actuality, now you're 100 feet. So what I'm talking about is from a different perspective. From our different perspective, we're now closer to another galaxy than we were before. You might have the perspective of always having that. I don't know. But let me know what you think in the comments. If you've always known that the galaxy that we're in, the Milky Way, as I remember it, that we were always closest to the Andromeda Galaxy and not the Canis Major Galaxy. And let me know if you remember that we were in the Milky Way galaxy and we're not in this other galaxy that I mentioned before, the Sagittarius one that has that funny name, Sagittarius Minor Spheroidal Galaxy, and they call it the spheroidal, I would assume, because of the shape of it. All right, let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share. I hope you're having a great day. Bye-bye.